This is my RG35XX H, and the first thing you're going to notice about this device as soon as you hold it, just how sleek, slim and pocketable this thing really is. 2023 was a fantastic year for retro handhelds, especially the vertical variety, and straight off the bat in 2024 Anbernic decided to release this RG35XX H, and it feels really good, feels great. Now for nostalgic value, I really enjoy using a vertical device, but after having a look and feel of the RG35XX H, I start to remember just how convenient and how easy it is to get along with this particular horizontal form factor. And for the price and for what it can do, which we'll get into a little bit later, there's not much more you can ask of something like this. I think Anbernic hit the nail on the head with this one early in 2024. Something that's easy to get along with, something that's easy to use for whether you're new with retro handhelds or not. And it seems like portability is something that they've had in mind and that they've listened to the community with. And a lot of people have been asking for the 35XX variant to be in a horizontal shape. So while I'm unboxing, let's get into the specs. What you're going to find is that this has all the internals of the RG35XX Plus. The obvious notable difference is that it's a different form factor to that. So we've got the all-winner H7 in there. It's a dual-core G31. The RAM is LPDDR4 at 1 gig. The display is a 3.5-inch display. It's not a bad one. The battery is 3300 mAh, and that should give you 6 to 8 hours of gameplay, depending on what type of games and systems you are running. The operating system, the same as the 35XX Plus, which is Linux. We do have Wi-Fi and we do have Bluetooth, although I'm not sure if you can connect, or I don't think you can connect a Bluetooth headset as yet. I don't know if there's going to be a fix for that. It's got HDMI out and it's got a 3.5mm headphone jack as well. And this thing comes in 3 colors. We've got transparent purple, transparent clear, and black. I've got the purple one right here. And as of posting this video, you should be able to pick yours up for starting from $62.99, and you should get a 5% discount on it as well, according to the website. So yeah, I'll leave the link in the description below so you guys can have a look for yourselves. Let's take a tour around the RG35XX H. So I just want to start off with the plastics. The materials used, considering that it is a clear plastic as well, it doesn't feel bad. It's got a decent feel to it. In fact, it feels a lot like the 35XX Plus in terms of texture on the plastic. At the front, you obviously have here, which is your start button. You've got your select, and they feel nice. You know, they got a membrane underneath there, so that gives them a decent sort of push and feedback feel. You got your D-pad. It's a bit hard, or I should say sharp on the edges here, so it's probably going to take a little bit of breaking into, but I think it's going to be fine just to do fireballs on as you would normally. In fact, let's have a little look and see, shall we? Let's just test out fireballs first. Let's turn this up a bit. Early into the gameplay, but let's just have a quick look. You know what? We don't see enough Akuma. Let's turn it up a bit more. So yeah, I mean, it just like Anbernic normally do, their D-pads are not too shabby. Yep, fireballs seem to be coming out. Even the dragons are coming out decently. And with the analog stick, it's good as well. Yep, no issues there. So yeah, fireballs are coming out really well. Let's talk analog sticks. These are not HAL analog sticks, but they do say there's not going to be any drift on these. They're that Nintendo Switch ones as well, which they feel decent and comfortable enough, and you can see why they went with this option. Obviously the price that we're paying for it, so they've got to keep it budget somehow. I like what they've done with the A, B and the X, Y buttons. Those are nice, shiny, glossy texture on there. I mean, look, if fingerprints are an issue to you, there's no way around it. However, you're not going to really notice it anyway because you're going to be playing it. You got your LED here as well. If we move to the bottom, you've got your SD card slots and your speaker grills. Move to the side, you got your reset button there, and you got your power button, and they're sort of recessed in there so you don't accidentally press them. On the top, you got your triggers. Nice, clicky, they feel fine, and due to the thickness of it as well, it just feels pretty comfortable, easy to reach in terms of the triggers as well. You got your headphone jack, you got your OTG outs right there, and your DC charging. You got a function button here, and you've also got your HDMI out, so that's your mini HDMI. At the back, you've got your handle grips right here, and then obviously your screws and some information on the device that you can barely see. One thing I will say that I'm not particularly happy with is if you look closely enough, you can see the tape or the glue that they use to obviously stick the battery on there. Maybe there's no other way of doing it, but I think that looks just a little bit on the ugly side, but that's just me and my preferences. On the whole, it feels great. Same display as what's in the 35XX Plus, no issues there, and as you can see, it's not bad. It looks quite vibrant. It's really comfortable and it feels great. And lastly, not to forget, on the left hand side of the device, you've got your volume rockers right here, and those are also recessed into the device as well. So we've already seen what it looks like next to a 35XX Plus. Let's try something different. The 280M, and even the 280 is a little thicker. So you have that there, that's the 280M. You got the 353M. I love this thing, it's just so sleek, and they're quite comparable in terms of thickness. You can see the molds almost look the same, but they're obviously different. It being a metal device, but you can see there it's not so different, and it's actually a little bit, it's not as wide as a 353M, I don't believe. And then here's thickness as well. Then the 405M with its big old screen. This thing is huge in comparison. You have that there. Again, the thickness is quite similar. And then let's put it up to, there you got your PSP. It's obviously huge, and the thickness is, you know, it's noticeable. And lastly, just for kicks and giggles, a Nokia Engage, for those of you that remember this thing. And then obviously the thickness here as well. So the layout is the same as previous RG35XX devices, which you have your games room here, and you can go through your various systems. This way you have your RetroArch games, which is all loaded through the RetroArch front end on here. You can just see the systems that it plays. And you know, I don't know if I need to say this at this point, but this chipset will play anything up to PS1 without a hitch. Yes, it will play PSP and Dreamcast, maybe not the entire library, but a fair amount, relatively well. Oh, and we've got Nintendo DS there as well. As you can see, all of the systems that it plays here. You've also got your favorites, so all the games that you label as favorite will be in there. You got your history, so the previous games you played. You've got the search facility, so if I go STREET, anything with street in its name will populate here. You press OK and you'll find it. You've got your settings, which you can view your battery. You've got your lock screen options. You've got your backlight. I've got it on level 2 at the moment because this thing goes really bright and it makes it difficult to record. So I'm going to keep it on level 2 for the time being. You got your to test your buttons out. You got your date and time, language settings, RetroArch settings, so you can go into RetroArch through here and toggle the settings that way. You got your network settings, your icon settings. Actually, let's change one of these. You got your background settings on there. You got your button sounds, which you can have on or off. Custom buttons you can do here. Clearing your records. your firmware that you're currently on, and I'm sure that the devs are going to be making some custom firmware for this as well. You can reboot your system from here and you can shut it down. Let's get into some gameplay. Jumping straight into some PSP with some Grand Theft Auto. And the great thing here with this device is because unlike the R35XX Plus, this has the analog stick, which means you ain't got to faff about trying to set your buttons and stuff like this. You can just jump straight into your PSP titles, which makes playing so much easier. And as you can see here, it's not doing a bad job. Let's do some. Let's ride. How do I get out of here again? Is it this way? Open the gate. So I'm going to show some emulation testing later on down the road. So we're just going to play through a couple of these systems, the higher end ones, relatively quickly. Let's get into some Tekken real quick. I'll use Paul. See what's going on here, see how it plays. It's not looking too bad. Animation's all right. Little glitchy, but all right. I got that as well, mate. Okay, let's jump into some Dreamcast emulation with House of the Dead 2. Let's go. I've seen a bit of Dreamcast emulation with this device, and it's not bad. It's crazy at this price point how good something like this can be.
We're meeting G over there. Please be safe, G. How could anyone do this?
I do not know. Oh yeah, wait. Oh, got you. Okay, let's have a look. Some Power Stone 2. It's looking clean and vibrant. Love the colors on this display. Let's go, go, go. D-pad and analog work just fine. You know what, I need to get back into this game again, you know. I had a lot of fun with this back in the day, and I haven't played it much since. So much going on. So yeah, there it is. The RG35XX H. It's nice, it's slim, it's sleek, it feels great, and it comes at a great price point as well. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this device. Will you be getting one? Here's the thing though. I think if you've not got one of these R35XX devices and you're not that fussed about vertical handhelds, this is definitely one that you can go and pick. It will be a great gift, and it will be great for yourself if you're new to this kind of sort of retro gaming scene. It's pretty much pick up and play. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you down the road. Take care, stay safe, and peace.